Let's unmute that. Hey, YouTube, it's Niki with Homeschool Knockouts. I know it's been a minute, but I'm happy to be back. And y'all, we are in for an amazing, wonderful, and very helpful live tonight. It's probably going to be very long, very, very, very long. You guys know how I do. As you come on in, if you can hear me and see me, hey, Newberry Tribe, you got in here quick. If you can hear me and see me, fine. Put a 1 in the chat before I start going off. Put a 1 in the chat, Newberry, if you can hear me. All right, IG, I'm live right now on YouTube. If you want to get some strategies, some hacks, some resources, some encouragement, some advice, come on over to YouTube. Homeschool Knockouts. The link is in the bio. We would love to see you. Come through. Let us know if there's something we can help you with. Okay, we have a very active tribe over here. All right, I gotta go. Come on over. And now, all right, YouTube, you have me and Facebook all to yourself. Let me put this on airplane mode. All right, guys. Hey, AJ, as you guys come on in, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm hot and sweaty. I was doing some quick gardening and moving some stuff around, but I'm here and I am ready. All right, so I'm going to jump right into this because we have a lot to cover, and I haven't been on StreamYard, so I see a lot of new buttons and things like that. So hopefully I can get away with just being basic with this live. Like I don't have to push any buttons, okay? So anyway, all right. So AJ, hey, and guys, remember, it's been a minute since we've done this. When you come in, if you're comfortable, let us know what part of the universe you are coming from. You don't have to be specific. You can say Western Hemisphere. You can say on top of the earth. You can say the flat earth. You can say your neighborhood. Don't say your neighborhood. But we like to do that so other homeschoolers can find people who, is close by or at least in the same state. And then perhaps you guys can get together and share resources or commiserate about things that are going on in your state together and all of that good stuff. I'm so happy to be here. Let me just put some of these comments up. Yes, I see you, Newberry. AJ, thank you. You can hear me? Good. All right. Newberry says you know what? So many, you guys have been around forever, my veterans, and a lot of you guys have changed your channel names like I have from that homeschool life to Homeschool Knockouts. So hold on, girl. Let me make a note. Hold on, I didn't bring my notepad. That was first problem. All right. So now I know. Okay, so Shelby, you are now the Newberry Tribe. And guys, if you're listening to this on the playback, I will have timestamps. So if you want to fast forward to the nitty gritty stuff, you will be able to do that. Okay, so wait, I put out for the notification as YouTube turned it off. Oh, see, YouTube always trying to hate on somebody. All right, so yes, Knockout Tribe. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, AJ. Okay, so why are we having this video? And let me tell you the power of you guys, because when I announced my return back to YouTube last week, I asked what are some of the things that you would like help with or would like to see on YouTube. And one of you, I want to say Love for All. I think it was you, Love for All. I'm not sure. But you said you need, I don't know if you want me putting your business out there, but you said you wanted help with your middle schooler, especially math. So I thought that was a very great suggestion. And voila, it's the first video, and that's only been a week. So guys, just know when you leave comments and suggestions in the comment section, I read them, okay? And I'm usually, if it's something I can implement, I'll put a video out fairly quickly. And so you see, it's only been a week and someone made a suggestion and we have the video. All right, so math intervention for middle schoolers. I'm going to try to stay on track. It's the 5-minute mark. So whether your child is struggling with fractions, decimals, word problems, algebra, maybe they're taking algebra in 8th grade, but there's some gaps, some foundations. We have to shore everything up before they move into high school, okay? Because once they get into high school, the pace is even faster, and then your child is just falling into this black hole, and it's harder to get out. Not impossible, but harder to get out. Now, what I want to do is leave you guys with 2 mantras. I'm very big on mantras or mantras, okay? And I'm going to say this throughout this live. The first one is leave your ego on the curb, okay? Put your ego in your pocket, in the refrigerator. I don't care. Remove your ego. And I'll get to that in a minute. And number 2, actually I have 3 mantras. Number 2, focus on a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. What do I mean by that? A growth mindset is a can-do attitude. I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to try to figure it out. Oh, I just got 5 answers wrong. All right, that means I need to figure out another way. Those are growth mindsets. For those of you who've been around for a while, I always talk about this book by Jo Boaler, who is a professor of mathematics at Stanford, Mathematical Mindsets. She was like a protege of Carol Dweck, who started this movement of growth mindset. And her book was Mindset. As a matter of fact, I think I got it right here. Yep. I reread stuff, y'all. This is what your sports people, your entertainment people, your business gurus, they've read that and implemented that. Well, Jo took it and put it in a math version. Okay. So, and I'll touch on that. So you want to have a growth mindset. You want to keep your ego in check. And then third and final mantra is you have to, grade levels are irrelevant here. Okay. Grade levels are irrelevant. What is relevant is your student's progress or your student's success, independent of what their grade level is. Okay. So when you keep those 3 things in mind, having a growth mindset, knowing that your ego is behind you and that your child level of growth or where they are has nothing to do with their grade level, then we're good to go. Okay. Now I'm going to break that down and we're going to get all into that. So first thing we're going to talk about, when you think your child has some struggles with math, or that your child has struggles in math, the first thing you want to do, and this is not just in math, this is in life, y'all, it's called triage. And triage is you stop, drop, and you start working and figuring out where the problem is and how to fix it, how to come up with a solution. So the first thing you want to do, and even I have done this, even for my kids who, I have 2 kids who are very gifted and one who struggled. And even still, I will give a placement test every now and then just to see, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. But the first thing you want to do is do a math placement. Now, I have a video. Oh, man, I didn't put this in my description box. I'm going to put all these links after the video. Now, I have a past video that talks about math placement tests, okay? Let me see if I can pull that up. But right now, well, hold on. I pulled up some of the math placements so you can see them. So let me just show you. So the first thing you want to do is a math placement. If you don't know where your child's gaps are, the weaknesses, you're going to be flying blind, okay? So the first thing you need to do is figure out, okay, what are the issues? And then how severe are they? Are they just simple mistakes? Or is it something foundational, like they don't have number sense, and so everything else kind of falls apart? Or is it something like, oh, they always kind of forget that 8 times 8 is this, and they always think 8 times 6, something simple where just a couple drills you can get them up and going, versus something that's more systemic and you have to really work to get that weakness removed. Now let me show you. There are I have 3 places where you can go and get free math placements. So let me share my screen. The first one is one of my favorites. Let's go to Math Mammoth. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Math Mammoth. Okay. Now, Math Mammoth is a really great math program. You guys, I have a video on Math Mammoth. I have done curriculum. Oh my gosh, flip throughs. I've done flip throughs on Math Mammoth, and I have comprehensive reviews on the curriculum. Okay, so there's a lot of information on Math Mammoth, but it also has free placement tests. Now for middle school, you got to scroll down, and this just tells you right here how do you give the test, and then when do you know if they should take a test above or below the test that they're working on now. Okay, so you're just going to come down here to downloads and find your grade, air quotes, grade level, and then go ahead and administer the test, and that's really just like for you. And then here's hold on, let me make sure you guys can see the screen. Can you guys see the screen? Oh my goodness, I was talking and you couldn't see the screen. Okay. All right. Hey, Lefera. Hey, I'm doing your video. I think you were the one that requested this. All right. So now that you guys can see the screen, Jesus Loves You says, timely video. My girls struggle with Sax and math. I need to do something different. I'm here for you, girl. Okay. Now you can see the screen. Okay, great. All right. Now we're cooking with grease. All right. So let me go back to my screen. So let me go back one page so you know what I'm showing you. Okay, so this is the home page for Math Mammoth. Actually, no, that's not the real home page. I want you to go. Oh, I need you to see exactly where to go. So this is the home page for Math Mammoth. And you're going to go to resources and freebies. That's where I went. Yes, and then free assessment test. And then you have your free assessment test. And then boom, okay? And that's where we are. And then they have a little video to show you for the visual people, you know, how to administer the tests and then how to interpret the results right here. And then just some more information. And then you have the downloadable test with the answer key for grades 1 through 8th. Okay. So 6th, 7th, 8th. You're good. And then they have a Canadian version. Okay. And then, they have international, they have British. All right. So they have, then they give you an example of what it looks like. Okay. So that's one free one. All right. And then there's just more information for you about the placements, what it means, and things like that. Okay. Now, one thing that is useful. Okay, remember how I talked about, is this a fundamental issue, or is this just something where, you know, they know it, but they weren't really paying attention and they just got sloppy, things like that. So you'll see how in math you have the topics, you know, relevant to a grade level, and you'll see them here, and they're talking about the area of lack. So for the topic on addition and subtraction, place value is a big one right here. Mental math, multiplication, another big one, basic word problems, okay? So it's showing you what some of those potholes might be. Fractions, okay, decimals, definitely, all of this. Now for you guys from middle school, you're looking at from here on down, okay? But when I talk to you, you're gonna go from here all the way down. And I'm going to show you the proof on how this can happen. I'm going to show you 2 examples. Okay. And then they have just some more information than you need, but not enough to overwhelm you. All right. Are you guys with me so far? Are you with me? All right. So that's the first placement test. All right. Now, if you want something else, hold on, I open up a whole bunch of windows. Let me close these windows. Here is another one. Now, this one, it's not free. It used to be free back in the day, but now it's not. Hold on, let me share that screen. Share this tab instead. All right, let's see if you can see this. All right, let me show you. Okay, so IXL. Now, back in the day, it used to be free. I would recommend use the free trial. Let me go to the page. And their diagnostic is actually pretty good. It's very thorough. I like it, but I did it when it was free like 10 years ago. But what you have to do is you got to join today, but not really. Start trial. Wait, let me make sure you guys can see my screen. Okay, good. You can see my screen. Start the trial, and then you got put in your little information, and then you'll have access to the placement test. So just remember 7 days. As soon as be ready. So as soon as you sign up, be ready to go. Okay. Be ready to give the placement test to your kid. Okay. Now for some of these placement tests, you're probably going to set aside an hour, because usually I see between like 40 to like 70 questions. So it depends on the placement test you're doing. Okay. But just budget for that hour just to sit down and maybe explain things to your child, give your child time to work on the problems, maybe take a break. They don't have to do it all in one sitting. They can work for 10 minutes, go take a break, come back, whatever. So however you want to break it up. If you don't want to break it up, your choice. Okay. So keep that in mind. So that's the second placement test, which is pseudo free. Okay. Just remember 7 days, you got to cut the cord. All right. Now, actually, this one is my favorite. Now, this one, let me share this screen. Oh, I clicked out of this. Hold on, y'all. I clicked out of this. Nicole, the math lady. All right. Let me see if you guys can see this. Okay. Okay. So her stuff is free. We love free. Now, with Miss Nicole, she uses Saxon math placement test. Okay. Now you could go to you can go to Saxon Math's website. I think the tests are the same. Don't quote me on that. Okay. But here you have all the different grade strands, and here would be middle grade. So you'll go here, 4th grade to pre-algebra, and then boom, it's right there. She gets straight to the point. That's why I like this woman. She is no nonsense. Then she's fun. Okay. And then you have all your information, and she has how many problems? 100. She has 100. Okay. You don't have to do it all, but hold on. No. It's 100, but it's not for just middle school. It's a strand. So it's like from 4th to pre-algebra. So just look through it, read the directions on how to break it down. Okay. And then you see here, let me see if you can see my screen. Okay, good. You can see my screen. So you see here the score. Okay. So you see here. Oh, no, that's not it. Where is it? Child, don't get me lying. Well, you'll find it. Just go to the test. And actually, Saxon might have more details on it. But obviously, you're not doing all 100 in this because it covers a lot. 4th grade to pre-algebra, which is like 8th grade. So just look through it. And I would probably start with the first couple, maybe the first 30 or 40, and then move on from there. Okay. All right. Any questions so far? All right. Good. We're moving on. All right. So did I have one more to show you? Oh, yeah. Someone told me about this. I'm not even going to show it to you. You have to jump through too many hoops to get to the free stuff. I'll just show it, but I haven't checked it out. I don't really know the validity of it. But some people that I respect, what they do, they talked about it. So let me just share it with you really quickly, and then we'll get out and move on to the next topic. All right. So it is called Freckle Renaissance. Have y'all heard of this? Have y'all heard of Freckle Renaissance? So I set up an account really quickly just to go through it. And I had to do too many like coins, and it reminded me of that what was that online math game where you got lots of coins and things, and you can go to different worlds or something like that. I forget the name. Somebody will tell me. It reminds me of that. What was the name of that? Dream something. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's like Dream something. I don't even know, but it's kind of like that. So it was just too much, and I couldn't even find the free test. So if you want to check it out, maybe as a supplement to doing the problems, but for the practice test, I don't know. If you have the patience, knock yourself out. All right. So that takes care of the placement test. Wait, are you screen sharing? Oh, you guys didn't see it? Hold on. I'll pull. Oh, and I just closed the window. That's okay. I'll pull it back up. So you guys didn't see the freckled thing? All right, that's okay. I have it back up. So let me just share that screen again. StreamYard needs a quicker way of sharing the screen. You have to hit like 3 buttons. All right. All right, can you guys see Freckle? Okay, you can see it now, right? All right, you're not missing anything. So it's guys, what was that game? What was that math game? It was like a math program. It's an online math program, and it was called Dream something. And you would collect all these coins or ribbons or something like that, and then you would go to different worlds. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Oh, we did see it. That comment was old. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get rid of it. All right. So now that we have some intel on where our child is struggling, what's the next thing we need to do? Well, before the next thing, I want to share some of the common struggles that middle schoolers have, okay? Now, I had one child who struggled. He hit all the gamut. But when my oldest child was doing math competitions, this was something really surprising to me. My child started doing math competitions in 2nd grade, and then he got into the math circle at this one of our public universities. And talking to the parents, you had kids who were in Mensa and kids who they were okay students. They just had a tremendous work ethic, i.e., the parents making them sit down and do work. And so I saw the gambit and everything in between. But one thing I did notice to the moms who had older kids in middle school and stuff, because my son was in 2nd grade, they were like, you know what? My son is so smart, but he's so scattered with math like he is with his room. So say, you could be so organized in one area and in disaster in another area. So she would say for certain things in math, he just couldn't really get. But because he was really smart and could problem solve and could think creatively, he would find his own workarounds, his own loopholes. So he never really felt he needed to learn certain basic things because he could just kind of like figure it out and wing it. And so it caught up to him in middle school. And that's when they started to see, oh, you really don't know this. You just kind of finagled it and it just worked. And because you were so good in other things, we thought the things that you were making mistakes on were just like, oh, he was just being fast, he was being sloppy, but he really had gaps. Okay. So even children who you think are really mathematically gifted or advanced, even they have potholes in their learning. Not all of them, but it can exist here and there, but they're able to really overcome it and not have it affect them overall. Okay. So why am I saying that? Because this is what I want you guys to look for. And then I have about 100 things of resources to show you. Okay. Let me start prepping them. Now, the number one problem, and I've talked to so many math teachers about this, the number one problem that teachers see in middle school is fractions and decimals. Children having problems with fractions and decimals. Hold on. Yes, Dreambox. Oh my goodness. Thank you, AJ. It was on my mind. It was bothering me. Yes, my kids used to love Dreambox. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you, my dear. All right. So fractions and decimals. And you're never going to get away from fractions and decimals. You'll be doing it until 12th grade. And that's for everything. That's adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, all of that for fractions, unlike denominators, all of that. And, we have a big old comment. Let me check on this really quickly. I think this is why I was going to try to switch to Math UC. Still make sure there are no gaps with the mastery approach. Oh, okay, guys, don't let me forget. I have a YouTube video I'm going to show you, okay? So someone in about 5 minutes say YouTube video, and I'll know what you're talking about. Okay, so fractions and decimals, okay? That's the biggest gap. That's the biggest problem. One of the biggest problems that teachers see is children not being able to convert fractions to decimals, not being able to add all the little operations for like unlike denominations and things like that. And it's a big problem. Now, we are here with solutions. Now, my middle child, oh my goodness, he had problems with fractions. And I always tell the story how we spent 4 months on fractions. So, but let me show you what helped. And of course, I found this solution like month 3.5. But let me show you, because I'm here with solutions. So let me move all this stuff out the way. I have 2 great solutions for you. And I have videos on this, y'all. Okay. Now, you're going to give your child that placement test for math, but you also have to do a placement test for your child's psyche, right? And see what their relationship is with math, okay? And I had a bad one when I was growing up, which is one reason why I went hard with my kids. Like my oldest one, he's going to major in math in college. Well, computer science, if he can get in, but in California, it is near impossible to get into a computer science program in like the UC schools. So you have to kind of like back end it by doing like another hard subject like math or engineering or something. But the point that he is considering maths, I'm proud of that. But listen, you need to see what their mindset is. Going back to Joe, okay? Because if your child just feels in their bone that they don't get math, they can never get math, they're not smart enough, they're not the right complexion for it, whatever, then you're going to have to slowly work on their mindset. And that's going to be another video. I'm very serious about this. I take math very seriously. We are a very math literate house. My husband has like a theoretical math degree. I take this seriously, okay? So I'm not just bumping my gums. Now, for fractions, I got the wrong one. Here we go. So for fractions for my middle grade child, I love this program so much. And somebody told me about it years ago. I mean, years before I gave it to him. And it was just sitting. I'm getting there, y'all. Hold on. That's how much stuff I have for you tonight. It's going to be long. All right. Oh, and just so you know, if you're listening to the playback, I will be making, 30 minutes in, I will be making shorter videos of these sections. So if you're short on time, you can still get the information. Y'all, I've done reviews on this. This is my favorite, absolutely favorite. And it's not just an intervention. This is a supplement. This is, you can make a curriculum out of it if you get the whole series, but it's the fractions. Okay. Now, see, do I have book 1? I'm always missing book 1. So these are the solutions. I never have book 1. All right. Well, book 1 is fraction concepts. There you go. Book 1. Now, your child, you took the placement test. Your child's probably fragile up here and in here. You can start them with this. This is so gentle. It's so easy. I don't know if I did a curriculum flip through. I'll check tonight, but if not, this will be up next week. I promise. Now, and I'm going to go over this really quickly. Life of Fred. Okay. Now look, we're trying to get our kiddos, if they're struggling, they're probably struggling up here too with their relationship with numbers and math. Okay. Now, this one, if y'all don't know about the Life of Fred math curriculum, I've only used it as a supplement, but it's story based. Now, my veterans know how I teach. I love to use curriculum that is story based, because for my kids, telling the stories, how they really connect with that and they really remember that. So Life of Fred, okay, is story. So let me just show you an example. Okay. All right. So it's a table of contents. Y'all stay with me. Y'all can see that. Oh, you know what? I'm doing a flip through on this next week. I'll do it this weekend so I can get it out next week. But it's a story. It's the story of this little kid who's like 2 inches tall. Okay. It's very gentle. It helps the child not be afraid of math terms and equations. It takes that fear out of math. So I highly recommend this. Y'all, I've seen this at the library. Okay. You can definitely get it on eBay for secondhand. I think I had all the books in this series. I think I paid maybe $4 for that one because I knew I was going to need it. Now for fractions, Remember all of the operations we talked about? Adding, subtracting, dividing, and multiplying? Well, here you go, okay? This book only focuses on this, right? This one only focuses on this, adding and subtracting. Then you start getting into mixed numbers. Y'all, I'm going to do the flip through on this for next week. Okay? And now did I do 2 already? I think I showed that to you. All right. So it's just 4 books, okay? And each one you get such in-depth exposures. You do fractions, and this is old school. This is like newspaper kind of material, but you get so many different ways of doing fractions. So this is a mastery program, okay? So you're going to learn, and by the way, as I sidebar, other countries in the world, a lot of them are mastery based, okay? Why? Because they'll take math, say for 6th grade, and they'll cover maybe 6 topics in math for 6th grade. Meanwhile, on the other side of the Atlantic in America, we'll cover like 18 topics in a whole year. And it's crazy. It's breakneck speed. And the kids don't have time to digest what they just learned, right? That's why children in other countries, they can master math so well, so fast at a younger age, because they'll spend maybe a month on multiplying and dividing, another month on this, or maybe 3 weeks, another on this, until it's mastered. That's for the foundation. When you get up, into your math career, you could go breakneck speed, but when you're building that foundation, it's okay to spend 2 or 3 months on this to make sure you don't have potholes on the freeway when you're in 9th grade going up, to 12th grade. All right, so that's for fractions. So that's one of the biggest problems, fractions and decimals, okay? Fractions and decimals. Also, another problem is number sense. Now, y'all, and I see this in kids when they're in the store doing math or like in real life situations, and I didn't have a basic sense of number sense when I was growing up, right? So number sense, who is this called? Hold on, y'all. I thought I had this on vibrate. Turn this off. All right. So number sense. So think of a number sense as really just the numbers around you in everyday life. All right. Do you know what like take money or like currency or like tax? Say the tax is like 10% on something. Can you really comprehend what 10% is? Like if I say, oh, this is $100 and it's 10%, 10% off or whatever. Well, 10% of 100 is $10. Okay. So what you're left with is $90 if you had to take $10 away. But maybe a person might think 1%. Thinking $1. I mean, there's just no sense. They don't see like it's like if you have a whole bunch of dice. Yes, I brought them in manipulative. If you have a whole bunch of dice, and I say, how many dice are in here? And you say 200. Well, that's subitizing. But you're like, there's a disconnect between reality and what they think about math, right? So we want to work on that. All right. So number sense and what you can do with that is going back to your foundation. And that's why I said, wait a minute, someone was supposed to tell me about the YouTube video. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm all over, but I have so much information. All right. So yep, got that. I just had to slow down with math. My daughter, she's in 6th grade and not confident in math and hates math. I'm not the best at math. Okay, so let me just put my notes aside. Let me take you to this video. Now, I've talked about this video before, and I've talked about books that have changed my outlook on math. Okay, now we're gonna see 2 resources. So what Love for All just said about her and her daughter, I got a solution for you. Yes, the YouTube video. Okay, so let me go to this. Now, here's the setup. If you've ever seen the video, Marva Collins, I have it linked in one of my videos. I have the 10 best teacher movies of all time. She's number one. This guy in this YouTube channel kind of did a Marva Collins, but on the math side of the game. Let's listen. Let's share this tab instead. Okay, let me make sure I'm sharing, y'all, because you know now I'm paranoid. All right. All right, can y'all see it? Okay, so this gentleman on the right, not Sal on the left, Tim Vandenberg. Now he's a teacher out in California, I think Northern California, I'm not sure, Hesperia, California. Now he was in an area, he still is, low income ESL students, sixth grade, and their math scores were dismal. He put them on Khan Academy, and I think he did this back in 2017, 2016, because this video is old. Well, the video is old, but then he did this stuff before the video was made about him. So he took his students, some of them can barely really do English, and let's just watch the video. He did a Marva Collins. So let me hit play.
The types of students that you've been trying to help out, where were they before, and then what have you seen since?
Well,
can y'all hear him and see him? Okay.
With Khan Academy. And so what I decided is I'm going to make my sixth graders go back to the early grade levels, do early math, arithmetic, the lower grade levels.
Hold on. All right, hold on, guys. I just got a beepy noise. I don't think I have the bandwidth or something. Hold on, let me plug in my laptop. All right, it might keep making that. Hold on, let me plug this in. When you're on Wi-Fi and you're trying to run a live stream and then something else that eats up a lot of video, sometimes your live stream is like, oh, no go. You need another computer or something. So let me see if this is a fix. Oh, shoot. All right, I'm going to have to turn my light off. All right. All right. All right. So it might sound a little choppy just because of my internet connection. I'm not using like the cable. So we'll just try to listen to as much as we can. Okay, back to the video.
And by having them go back and review and fill in those gaps, these very low, disadvantaged, highly diverse kids who were basically failing their lower grade skills on the state test for California, they ended up absolutely doing fantastic on their state test results over the last 3 years. And it would have been 4 years in a row, but California decided not to have state testing this year due to the emergency health situation. But we have a data chart I can show the absolutely amazing results using Mastery Learning. I think your team is going to post that up. So on the left-hand side, you can see how these kids did in 5th grade compared to their California, county, and district peers. And this is compared to the green line on top. That is a passing score in 5th grade over to a passing score in 6th grade on the right. And you see my kids, basically the average kid in California and the county and district and my class are very far below grade level. But using the Mastery Learning model that is so powerful and easy to do on Khan Academy, my kids averaged growing 95 points last year and pretty much the same the last 2 years before that as well. Compare that to the average kid in California, went up just over 1 point. 1 point of growth. And that's the best scores I can find over the last 3 years in California, was 2 years ago. That's almost 95 times the growth of the average kid in California. That doesn't mean every kid, but that's the average.
Now, do y'all want to hear more? It's a long video. He does get into some of his strategies. And back in the day, he actually had on his website what he did, like how he paced the learning, which I copied somewhere on my old laptop. But if you guys want to hear just a little bit more, put a 1 in the chat. Otherwise, we'll go on to the next strategy. So a 1 if you want to hear more of the YouTube video. I would love to hear some of the strategies. All right, so let's go to the strategies. Right now, if you want to watch this video, I will link it down below. But if you can just grab, his name, or well, the name of the video, if you want to watch it later. And then after, let me make a note, because I didn't have time to put descriptions in, but YouTube description, Tim in description. Okay, so I'll add that, and that will be ready for you to go. All right, so let's talk about strategies. Get out of that. All right, now I can turn my light on, back on. Okay. All right, strategies. All right. Is this working for you guys so far? Let's move this and this. All right, first strategy. What's that? Okay. All right, my number 1 strategy for teaching math, oh my gosh, I have so many videos I need to link, is manipulatives. I have a video dedicated just to all kinds of math manipulatives, okay? Now, what do I mean? Well, I'm about to show you. Now, some of these manipulatives might seem babyish to you. And yeah, they should, because remember, we are removing our ego from this. If this looks like something your child did in 2nd grade, but your child is struggling in 6th grade, give them the 2nd grade stuff. And then later on, I'm going to show you some things that you can make on your own. Oh, this is green, so you're not going to be able to see it. I'll show it to you later. All right. I live on manipulatives. Number 1, after a while, your child is independent. They can do manipulatives on their own. Here we go. All right. I'm not playing. So I talked about fractions and decimals being one of the biggest problems. Well, another one is multiplication, okay? Now, this one, I love these, the little triangle cards. Hold on. Let me give you the multiplication, okay? These you can buy everything used online, y'all. Don't be cute. Just get it used, okay? Now, the difference between these two is your child is not passive with it, but they're working with this. I mean, it's hands-on, it's a manipulative, it's tactile. So how this works, and it's a game, you make it a game. 2 corners will equal an answer. So you say, what's 9 times 4? Boom, there's your answer. Now you can make a division. 36 divided by 9 divided by 36, 4. So you can play around with it. These are very popular. If you want to take it a notch up, maybe your child needs to work on their handwriting, or maybe they need more sensory output, then you have this where you use a dry erase marker to, sorry guys, if it's green, it won't show on here. You have a dry erase marker. You can write the answers in each corner, and you can take it a step further, and here, and you can do fact families, right? Here we go. So say if you're doing fact families like 5, the 5 family, you can write them on here with addition and subtraction, and then on the back you have multiplication and division. So you can get a lot of mileage out of that. So that's for fractions, okay? That's for multiplication. Okay, now I said hands-on multiplication. Now these were my favorite. When one of my sons was in therapy, he had therapy like 25 hours a week, so we were kind of living in the car, I would have my kids do these wrap-ups. Okay, see if you can see this one. Let's do this one better. Now, these are multiplication wrap-ups, and they go up to, I don't think they go up to 12. They should, but I don't think they do. Yeah, they only go up to 10, which is tragic. But with these, they are self-correcting, so you don't have to overlook your child to see if they're getting their multiplication facts correct. You just let them do it, and then they check on the back if what they did is correct, okay? But this is drill, okay? Because for a lot of these problems these kids have, they just need more drill just to make things stick, okay? I know some people don't like that word. Oh, you can't drill, it kills math. No, it actually frees them, because once you get the foundation is solid, then you can take off. You don't always have to be constantly thinking or rethinking, okay? So don't think of it as something to be, it's lint. All right, so that's multiplication. Books, okay. I can't tell you how much, and I know your kids are in middle school. They have, smartphones. They're on their video games. Who's the parent in the house? You can tell them before you get on that phone, before you get on that Xbox, I need you to read for 10 minutes. Okay, well, this is fractions. Where's my multiplication? Sorry, guys, I got stuff all over. No, but they have some multiplication stuff in here. You see, I tabbed it. I didn't put what it was for. But if you find things that look fun to read, that look visual, and that apply to your child's everyday life, how to measure your field, okay? Does your child play soccer? How to measure the earth, prediction, and get to multiplication. This is everyday life, okay? Maybe I should go to the table of contents. So if you can make the math relatable to their everyday world, that's your strategy. That's your hands-on strategy. Numbers and counting. All right. I ain't got time to go through all this. But so basically your books. So you find fun books, okay? And get it from the library. Don't spend any money. Oh, Lord, I got it. All right, I can't get to that. So that's multiplication. Well, I'm talking about manipulative. So let me move on. So for fractions, oh, y'all, you know what? I might just give this away. I don't think I've ever used this. So when I was going through my with my child with fractions, someone told me about this. No, I saw someone with this fraction calculator. You can't see all of this because it's blocked out from the green screen. It's a fraction calculator. I think my son used this maybe one time. I might just give it away. I'm sure it's cool. It looked cool, but he didn't really use it that much. But for fractions, oh, I gave it to my girlfriend. Her son was going into 3rd grade, so I gave her all my fraction cubes and my fraction strips. Oh, man. Okay, so fraction cubes and strips. I might leave some links to those manipulatives. They are some of the best manipulatives you can use. Number one, they're hands-on. You can, if your child is visual, it really helps to take that abstract into the concrete, which is the basis for primary mathematics, Singapore math. So being able to connect it and see how it fits, because y'all, math can be so abstract, especially for our kiddos. So for them to get that concrete connection, that might be that little hump that they can get over, and then they just take off, okay? So manipulatives is your hands-on. That is your best friend. Okay, hold on, so I got a lot. You can do it with Cuisinart rods. We'll save that for another day. Hold on. Let me get this over here. All right. Oh, hold on. Look, I'm trying to be organized. Let me put our section on. We're on. I never did identifying problems. Hands-on strategies. I forgot all about my little labels. Okay. So hands-on. So you've seen some of the hands-on things, fractions. You got puzzles, games, board games. Okay. Board games are perfect for getting your child connected. Of course, this is green. Let's see, is the back? Can you at least see the back? So this is perfect. And these are things that your child can use by himself. So you just, one is a recipe where they make different kinds of pizzas. That's what it looks like. This one is magnetic. It's a magnetic board. And then you have all the different slices with all the fractions on it. Okay, you see the 1/8, 1/8, 1/6, all of that. And they're all magnetic. Again, in my math manipulative video, which is not green screen, I think it's like 5 years old or 4 years old, I go over all of these, okay? They're very fun, very fun. Okay, so hands-on strategy, manipulatives, books, games. Okay. Now, I gave away a lot of my games, like your basic, like multiplication, addition games. But one thing that is really good for your child is strategy or critical thinking. That will help them get over when they're getting frustrated with math. And one, oh, we're at an hour? I told you we were going to be long, y'all, but I'm going to try to move it along because I know it's late for some of y'all on the East Coast. So math games, okay? Let me go through this quickly. These help with number sense. It helps with, it helps with strategy, probability, thinking. Now, you think all these terms are for higher level math, but it starts when they're younger, okay? I know so many guys know about Mancala, okay? This is an old African-based game, right? But these are logic games. The basis of a lot of math is logic, okay? And how you make sense of everything. How you make sense of everything is you got to think logically about it, okay? So these are games. Get them on eBay. Get them secondhand, you know, if you can. Logic games, okay? So if you want them to do something just fun, say, hey, every Wednesday, I need you to take 15 minutes and play a game. You can play by yourself, with a sibling, with you, but for 15 minutes. And, okay, and make that... Okay. The other strategy, I'm getting ahead of myself, is either every day or 3 times a week, however you want to do it, have an intervention day. Don't call it intervention. Call it something fun, okay? And say 20 minutes where you do, maybe you play a card game, maybe they do some hands-on stuff, maybe they're playing an app, or they're reading, or they're working in the keys to fractions. But for 20 minutes, you know, try to mix it up with at least two things, whether it's a book and then some online game time, or it's a board game and a book, or a manipulative and a book and a board game. But have that intervention time or that math magic time probably every day if your child is really struggling. But if not, just at least 3 times a week, just so it can become accustomed to them, and they can start picking up what they need to be getting stronger in, because they need that exposure so they can kind of get over that and then start to soar. Okay. Again, you see, I have a lot of logic games that really helps. It's math, but it doesn't seem like math. Okay. So if you can do some Jedi mind tricks on your kids, that's even better. All right. I showed you these. Also, don't skimp on card games, okay? It's math, okay? And then also that gets your child into thinking that math can look lots of different ways, so it's not scary. For the older kids, maybe your 8th graders, it looks like it's like probability statistics or something like that. But it's a fun math game, okay? And you'll find a lot of games with dice. Okay, so let's move on, because I have so many tools I need to share. Now, when I talked about books, one thing you can do if you're going to have your magic moment is commiserate with your child. Like, get on their side, like, man, you hate math? Me too. But let's see what we can do about it. Because, you know, I don't want to be hating stuff. I'm not the hating kind of person. You know, dress it up, however, but here are books where you can do, where's my other book? You can do math with your child. Of course it would be at the bottom. All right, so I have a book called Family Math, and it's math for the whole family. Again, I promise I will have links to all of this. But basically, it's letting kids know. Hold on, let me hide this. Math for Smarty Pants. Now, this is an old school book from like the 60s. So think of like the Scooby-Doo era. You know, that's when they told the truth and there was no politically correct answers about stuff. And it's Marilyn Burns. I love Marilyn Burns, the author. I have a lot of her books, but it looks like this. Like I used to love Mad Libs, and it kind of gives me that feel, like how it was written, how they talk to you, because they talk to kids like they were adults. Let's see. But again, this part, these books are for their mindset, okay? For their mindset. So word problems. Maybe your child's having problem with issues with word problems, okay? We're going to talk about strategies for that. Maybe I should make this like a 2-part video, okay? I hate mathematics. Oh, your kid would like this book. Why not? Right? And by the end of the book, look, they even got the dog saying I don't like math, right? But look at that. It's a fun book. It's a fun book. Okay? Look at that. Prime. Kids always kind of stumble around with prime factorization. Make it fun. Okay? And then they have fun, and then they realize, well, I don't hate math. Okay? Now you start changing their fixed mindset to a growth mindset. All right. Okay, let's move on. So those are some hands-on strategies. Oh, hold on. I'm just gonna go for it. This is the family math book. It's a big one, and it's heavy. You see that? If you want to type it into Amazon, okay? Again, stories. Y'all know I love stories. It's one of the best ways to teach math. Okay, or any subject actually. Okay. Find the digits, graphing information. Let me show you the table of contents. Now, this is an old book. I got this off of eBay, definitely. You have word problems. It's the table of contents. All right. And it breaks it up by math topics, okay? You have time and money, measurement, and this is family math. So this is stuff you can do together. Now, if you're burnt out and you don't want to do stuff with your kids, I got a solution for you, okay? Numbers and operations, okay? This will help. Maybe you have an older sibling that can do this with your child. Be creative. Remove your ego, okay? All right. All right. So there's more, but there you go. Family math, right? All right. So that's hands-on strategies. Okay. Solution number 3, games and tech. Well, that's kind of hands-on. I got ahead of myself. So all those board games, the card games I showed you, Target has lots of games. I would start with multiplication and division games, okay? Bingo games, all of that, because a lot of times those gaps start with multiplication, like subtracting 3-digit problems, 375 minus 472 or something like that, or 204. You got the little 0 in the middle that throws people out. Oh my God, how do I carry? Do I jump? So it's just things like that. So start young, start early on, like basic math, like in 3rd grade, and then work up. But in that con video, what he talked about was his students, math grades, scores, dismal. By the end of the year, they were, you would have thought they'd gone to a top private boarding day school or boarding school in LA County. their scores were beating all the schools in the state. And what he did was, and I think he took down his strategy. Maybe he's trying to sell it. I don't know. But what I remember was, and I remember this because when I used to teach English in Japan, I would look at how the kids would study, how they learned. And the one consistent thing I saw, and I talked to my other colleagues who were teaching all throughout Japan. I was in the southern part of Japan, was that they had a set time, a length of time that they were sitting down, and it was consistent. There was no deviation. Okay. Half the battle is showing up. And then the other half is you sit with them. And as soon as you start seeing them hemming and hawing and pausing, and you're like, oh, is that gonna be a problem? They make you do more of it. Those kids don't have a chance to have gaps because that parent is right here looking like, wait a minute, it took you 10 seconds to finish. Nah, we're gonna do 5 more So, but for us, it's just recognizing what it is and then just giving them different ways of tackling that. So what Tim Vanderberg did, he said, we're starting at kindergarten. I kid you not. He said, we're starting at kindergarten. And what he did was a Jedi mind trick. He was like, you know what? They're 6th graders. They're going to be like, what? This is for babies. This is stupid. Oh, this is going to be so easy. And so he's like, okay. So what he was doing was, course, for the kindergarten course, they finished that in like 2 days just because there's so much of it, you have lots of things to do. By the end of the week, they were like in 2nd grade or the following week. Then there's a little bit of hesitation. They weren't finishing all their lessons so quickly. By 3rd grade, it was like, Mr. Vanderberg, can you help me in 3rd grade? So that's where he saw those potholes around 3rd grade. And so they had, just because Khan is a mastery-based program, meaning you don't go on until you reach a certain proficiency number in that topic before you get something else. And so he was able to see with the progress reports that Khan has, he was able to see in an instant what child was weak in what, because you can see how many answers were wrong or how long they were working on a problem. So I love Khan. If anything, if your child is struggling in math, I don't even care what the grade level is. I would start them with Khan and get your ego out the way. Start them like 2 grade levels below. Chances are there's 1 or 2 things that they didn't fully pick up because they're just learning so much in a year. Okay. So of course, someone is going to get past them. They knew enough for that short period to pass a test or a quiz, but they didn't have mastery of it. And that's the problem. They can do it for a short period of time because they don't have mastery. So Khan for games and tech, Khan is number 1. Number 2, hold on, I think I have, okay, so let me show you. So let's go to 6th grade. For Khan. Now, listen, Khan has evolved. I mean, I was using it like 12, 13 years ago. Now, not only do they have 6th grade, they have getting ready for 6th grade. So that's like their intervention course. So let me show you what it looks like. Any questions so far? Any comments? Okay, hold on. Let me catch up on these comments. I actually just invested in some math manipulative. Beautiful, love. Love for all. Beautiful. Multitasking at its finest. I'm a mess, but thank you. Hi, Giver Acquire. That's a new name to me, or you changed your name and you're incognito, but welcome, welcome. So good to see and hear you. Hope all is well with you and your family. Much love. Well, much love to you. Is Khan just a supplement? Oh, no, Khan is not just a supplement. Oh, no. If I were a new homeschooler, if I were an emergency homeschooler, if I knew I was going to have a year that was going to be very challenging, like maybe I'm pregnant or I'm in graduate school or maybe I'm taking care of an aging parent, just something where I'm going to be very tasked and stretched, Khan is my first choice. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, my oldest son, he's in AP macroeconomics, and I kid you not, before, that was one reason why I was kind of late. I pulled up Khan AP and told him, hey, you need to start doing this along with what you're doing in class, because he only has 4 classes. And sorry about that. He only has 4 classes, but he can't leave school early. Well, actually he can, because sometimes he comes home at like 11:45. But at least 2 days out the week, he doesn't have a class, but he's still on campus. So I'm like, this is what you're doing when you're in the library. You better not be on your phone. Otherwise, because I'll track it and I'll cut that sucker off. And the only reason why he has is because if there's a shooter, I need them to call me. Okay, so let's see. So Jesus loves you. Con is not just a supplement. You can use con as a supplement. You can use con as an intervention measure. You can use con as a full-fledged curriculum. And I'm going to show you in just 1 second. Let me get this comment read. This is you again. Do you recommend doing con plus another full curriculum at the same time? No. So start with the full curriculum that you have, and then you can use con as a supplement. So say in your regular curriculum, you guys are working, you have a new unit, and that unit is on measurement. Excuse me. Take a drink. That unit's on measurement, perimeter. So you might go to con as an introduction before you start your math curriculum, the one in your hot little hands. So con, I like how it's kind of interactive, and I like how they have a variety of modalities to learn. So I would probably introduce the topics with con, or on Mondays do a little bit of con, and then do the rest of your math curriculum work. Or you can do your math curriculum, and then at the end, like homework, you can have your child do 5 problems on con, just to see if they if they grasped what they just learned. Okay, so you can kind of use con as an assessment, okay, like a little assessment to see where they are that day, and then where they are maybe later that week or for that unit. So especially if you're introducing a new topic, I think that's great. So you can use it as what we call a formative assessment. You can see, okay, okay, where's their headspace? What do they know already? Things like that. And then you go into your curriculum. Or you can say, you know what? I don't know if they really got what I taught today. Let me have them go on con for 10 minutes. Say, go on con for 10 minutes. And make sure you're registered so everything can kind of stay in line, so you can track their progress and everything, stays the same for your child, okay? And then maybe at the end of the week, you can have them do some problems as an assessment, or just for them to keep working to kind of hone their chops, okay? You can chop it up so many different kinds of ways. All right, so let me show you what it looks like. We're going to look at con for 6th grade. We're going to look at the regular class or course, and then the catch up, the get ready for, okay? All right, let's see, con. Okay, sorry, y'all. StreamYard always makes me jump through hoops to get to the screen. All right. Can you see the screen? Anybody? Put a 1 in if you can see the screen, because now I'm paranoid. And y'all, don't worry. I'm going to make shorter videos of this, and so it'll get straight to the point, so you don't have to sit through a 2-hour video to get the information. Can y'all see? All right, great. Okay. So okay, let's go here. All right, so this is all the stuff that con has, okay? So here you have 6th grade. Now you can go straight to 6th grade, or you can go straight to get ready for 6th grade, okay? Now, get ready means you're not quite there. This is really like summertime stuff, to get you ready. So you'll cover some 5th grade stuff, and then maybe like the first month or 2 of 6th grade, just to get you ready for 6th grade. But let's go here. So just think of get ready like it's like a review before that upcoming grade level. So this is 6th grade, right? Okay. Got 11 units, 148 skills. Okay. Now look here. Not feeling ready for this? Check out Get Ready for 6th Grade. They tell you that immediately. So look at how this opens up for regular 6th grade. We'll just call it regular 6th grade. And of course, you know, if your child starts to feel himself, there's a course challenge. Now let's go to Get Ready for 6th grade. Now remember, this is ratios, okay? So it looks like ratios, rational numbers, rates and percentages. Now let's go to Get Ready for 6th grade. Okay. So Get Ready, Unit 1, ratio, rates, and percentages. Kind of like what the other one did, but you see it's not that much, right? It's not that much. So it's going to be less of that, less problems, and then more of on the back end from like the previous grade level. Okay, you see all that? Let's see. Can I get on one of these? Okay. So you can see what that looks like. So they're starting off with multiplication and division, word problems, okay? So let me go back to 6th grade. And what are they starting off with? And this is what they're starting off with, okay? You see the difference? Okay, so it's more work and more topics, or more topics covered, and then the quiz is not that far behind. Okay, so now you know what that's looking like. So that is an option for you. So if your child is struggling, I would go with the Get Ready For version. Okay. All right. Any other questions so far? Okay, let's move along, you guys. I'm so long-winded. Okay. We're talking so apps. So you have y'all, I really haven't kept up with all the apps and stuff because I kind of been out the math game for a while. My kids have just they're pretty solid. But let me see. What's the other thing I had? But and I'm not that big on apps for games, so just do a Google search. But what I can show you, okay, let me get, I'm getting past myself. Okay, I remember Prodigy. I don't even know if that's still an app anymore or a game, but Prodigy was another good one for online stuff. And they adapt. So if your child keeps getting something wrong, it'll kind of drop down. So your child won't, be devastated. Okay. DIY math games. Okay. Hold on. I'm not on that one yet. DIY. This was under strategies, but DIY math games like flashcards, things, and you don't want to spend any money. You can do, I know memory game. I did a video on memory games, especially if your child has like, low working memory, if they have some kind of disability and they can't hold a lot of information. A memory game is a great way to actually exercise their brain to hold a larger capacity of information. So, and that's a memory game. The little memory game we used to have when we were growing up. You can make your own based on your child's favorite characters or movies or whatever. Okay. All right. That was my last one for math games and strategies. All right. So, okay. Now that you have a couple of those strategies to use, when do you do all of this? Do you do it? Do you not teach and you just do the intervention, or do you do, your lesson and then the intervention? How do you break it down? So I suggest if the math curriculum is causing your child problems, then put it on the back burner for like a week to a month. I'm not kidding, because the whole point is you got to build them back up before you can move forward. Okay, you don't want to keep moving forward and you got a leaky, you got a hole in the fuel pipe in your car, and so you're still trickling gas. You think you're moving forward, but you're really not going that far because you got the gas is leaking, right? The fuel's leaking, so you're never going to reach your destination. So what you want to do is spend the time it takes to fix that hole so you can go further. So for your child, being able to, the luxury of homeschooling is say, you know what? for the next 2 or 3 weeks, just try it out. We're going to get on con, or I'm going to do the placement test. I'm going to see where you're weak. Okay. And don't tell your child where they're weak. And then I'm going to get my hands on a book or the keys to, or if you have to go back to like an old, let me tell you why your ego needs to be in your back pocket. My son was in 7th grade, my senior. He was in 7th grade. And my 3rd grader was, y'all know this story. I started him writing and rhetoric, book 1. Book 1 is for 3rd and 4th graders, precocious 3rd graders and regular 4th graders. I love this so much. I snatched my 7th grader and said, here, I ordered him another book. And he had no problems with it. Now, in math, my middle son, I gave him a grade level below, and I would just take a permanent marker. It was Singapore math. And you know, with Singapore math, you can't hide the grade level. It will expose you. 3rd grade. Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me remove this. 3rd grade. Oh, this is green. Anyway, it's a big 3 right here. It's that big. So I had to, like, you know, hide it with a permanent marker. And then after a while, he was like, Mom, I know it's for 3rd grade. I don't care. But you have to remove the ego. Drop down 1 or 2 grade levels. Now, if your child is like, you're in DEFCON 4, then you stop everything and go to the books, go to the games, rebuild or start to build that relationship, a love language with math. Okay. It is totally possible. And then think about the curriculum that you're using. Is it appropriate for your child? Again, Lord, let me show you. I have a mega video. I compare mega math. Let me go to my channel. Sorry guys. I should have made this like, hold on. I have a video where I compare the 5 top math curriculum on the market. And what? It's not showing it. Okay, here we go. Let me pull this up for you. Okay. Hang with me, guys. I know this video is long. All right, I just want to show you. Okay, here we go. Share this tab. Thank you guys for staying with me, those of you who are still in the chat. Okay, so this is my video. It's 3rd grade math curricula. I compare Beast Academy, Math Mammoth, Saxon, and primary mathematics, also known as Singapore math, okay? Math Mammoth and Saxon. Good grief, is my airplane mode on? Okay, sorry, y'all. I compare all of those curricula because you might have a curriculum that is incompatible with your child, okay? Now, with homeschooling, you have the luxury of choosing and customizing what you want for your child. Now, I am of the belief that, hey, what I give you, you're going to have to work with this and make it work, you know? But I've tried that before, and then sometimes I had to scrap that because it really was incompatible. So there are some things where your child has to just get used. They have to adapt to life, and they have to do it. And then there are times where if it's really, really, really bothering them, you change courses, okay? So in this case, you know, you put that curriculum away, and then you do the intervention stuff. You get on con. You start at kindergarten. That's what Tim did. And let me tell you, what he did was he did a little bit each day. You don't have to do a lot. He was doing 20 minutes a day because remember, he still had to teach using the district's curriculum. This was on the side. And you know, math teachers don't have enough time to teach anyway. So he found a way. And so because he entered this program and he won, and he was the only teacher in California to win. He only got $1,000. Like, really? That's so lame. Should have been $10,000. But he took those kids the whole year, and once they hit 3rd grade, that's where he saw the potholes. What are you learning in 3rd grade? fractions, triple digit multiplication, long division, those basics, okay, that creep up into the upper level math. So if your child is struggling, I say my number, actually, I should just name this video, Go to Khan, okay? But let's go on. So have these practice sessions, okay? You can still use your regular curriculum, but have these practice sessions like 15 to 20 minutes, no less than 15 minutes. You need to make it worth your while. They need time to sit down and marinate. Oh my goodness, y'all. Sorry about all these disturbances. 15 to 20 minutes per day. I would do it every day, okay? Just so, depending on how big the gaps are, like if your child don't know fractions, decimals, multiplication, ratios, you need to do it every day. I'm just being honest. You need to do it every day, okay? And then you need to look at what curriculum you've been using that wasn't helping them reach those goals, those things that they should probably be learning right now, okay? Is it an issue of the curriculum? Is it an issue of you teaching? Do they have any learning issues? Or is it a mindset where they already psych themselves out? So that's the little detective work you have to do, but you do the work so you have peace of mind as they get older. Okay. Okay. So, short and consistent sessions. You got to be consistent. Okay. And I have some things I want to show you. I want to show you some of my favorite bloggers and some, YouTubers. I followed them for years. I'm going to go over that in a minute. Let's see. Oh, so one thing that I did with my kids, and I have a video on this, and I have a free manipulative in that video, are a block schedule. I always had a math block schedule in the morning. That's how important math was for me. I know if it's in the morning, there is nothing that's going to disrupt that. There's no appointments because it's too early for an appointment. It's 9 o'clock. There's no somebody stopping by the house, no deliveries. So that was our math block time. So you can do something like that. And that's where you can, mix in manipulatives, a book, maybe some math videos like PIMDA, maybe some videos learning how to do PIMDA, order of operations. That's 6th grade. That's middle school. So you can mix in YouTube. Actually, YouTube should have been under games and tech. YouTube has a lot. Oh, hold on, y'all. It's going to be another video. I'll just have a separate video on my favorite YouTube math channels. Okay. Favorite YouTube math. I got a football game I got to go to at 7, and I'm not going to make it. Favorite YouTube math videos. Okay. They're going to lose it anyway. Okay. Okay. Take a screenshot, or not a screenshot. I'm not going to be able to type this in because I got to get ready for this game. My favorite bloggers, okay? And some of you guys know these people, okay? Math Geek Mama, okay? I didn't have time to put all their videos up, but I'm going to do it now. Math Geek Mama. I love this woman. I followed her probably for like 10 years. Let me show you her screen. I suggest you go. How come they're not letting me share my screen? Not to start all over. Has anyone heard of Math Geek Mama? Her stuff is so on point. Can y'all see? Math Geek Mama. Let's see. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for saying that. Jesus loves you. What did you say to click on for Khan Academy? Oh, okay. Let me go back to that. Love, I just closed that video, but I'm going to pull it up for you. Just for you. Was it Khan? Yeah, Khan. Where are you, Khan? Here we go. Okay, so for Love for All, let me share this screen. Okay, let me see if it's sharing. All right, I'm getting better at this. Okay, here, girl, I'm just kidding with you. Okay, so for Khan, now you have the regular. As soon as I pull it up, you have the regular. Let me just show you what it looks like. So go to Explore where it lists. Wait, can y'all see that? I'm paranoid. Okay, you can see it. So you have all the subjects. So if you go down to, okay, math, 6th grade, that's regular 6th grade. It's more comprehensive, okay? You have all these units. You have 11 units, okay, in the course challenge. Now, if you need a little bit more help, maybe less intense, maybe just a bare minimum, not bare minimum, but like the essentials, then you're going to get ready for 6th grade. And what that looks like here is you're going to scroll past 6th grade. And you have your get ready courses, okay? So up here is your just pre-K through 8th grade. And then here's your get ready courses. And then you'll click on that for 6th grade, okay? Now it's interesting. You see that I have, hey, is this not challenging enough? Go to 6th grade. They don't give you the option to level up, but they give you the option to level down. So I think that's curious. Like, come on, Sal, that's not, see, not feeling ready for this. They should say, is this too easy for you? Check out 6th grade. But it is what it is. All right, so you got that? Okay, now, Math Geek Mama. She's got videos too. Why is it not moving? Oh, close. Let me share this for you guys. New tab. Sorry, y'all. Share this tab. Okay. I'm almost done, y'all. So this is Math Geek Mama. She is amazing. She's absolutely amazing. I would definitely bookmark her on your laptop and check out her stuff. So she's got easy math games, hands-on math teaching, literature-based math. She does not play, and she knows her stuff. So she's got a lot of stuff. A lot of ads too, but she's got a lot of good stuff. Okay, look, the best books to teach fractions, best books to teach multiplication and division. Okay, so she's got a lot. Okay, so that's definitely someone that's a favorite blogger website to visit. Also, for Math Mammoth, it is, hold on, Homeschool Math. I'm gonna be up all night just putting all these links in the description. So the description is going to be late tonight or probably early tomorrow. All right, so let me see. View tab. All right, so this one, Homeschool Math, and this is run by Maria, and she offers worksheets, teaching tips, and her own math curriculum. This is her program. You know, we talked about Math Mammoth. This is hers. Wait, I think this is hers. I mean, so many of these moms, they're amazing, and they have their own curriculum that's been around forever. But this is a great site to go to, a really great site to go to. Let me go to the next one. Now, these two are my favorite, the Math Geeky Mom and the Measured Mom. So you guys take a note of those websites. The Measured Mom, her website is pretty too. I like it. Okay, so she got fancy and corporate. All right, let me share that. Can y'all see that? Yeah, she got nice and corporate. I like the old websites that look, kind of homey. Can you also share a link with your block schedule you did in an old video? Yeah, I'll pull that up. All right, so write down the Measured Mom. And then actually and I remember this, the very first video I ever watched for homeschooling was Education Unboxed. And that was because I was using Singapore Math, Education Unboxed. And everyone kept saying, oh, she really teaches you how to use Cuisinart rods. Okay, let me share this. Education Unboxed. Visit this woman. Oh, never heard of Math Geek Mama? Oh, yes. She has a lot of manipulatives. I think she's on Teachers Pay Teachers. But she has lots of great, you talk about ideas. So, and she breaks it up with all the topics. So if you're no matter what your grade level is, whether it's multiplication or fractions or percents or things like that, she's got a whole bunch of resources for you. So you're not going to be wanting for information, and the stuff is really entertaining, is well put together. It's really great. Education Unbox. Kate, is it Kathy or Kate? I think it's Kate. I watched her first video, and she's like in her kitchen, a kitchen table with her kid, and it's just so down to earth, just personal, nothing corporate or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but she was like, y'all, this is what we do every day, and I could see myself doing exactly what she was doing. So her stuff, yeah, her website is still very simple, but you see here, wait, can y'all see this? Okay, you can see it. She covers all the topics: decimals, fractions, multiplication, place value, all of that, other math topics, mental math. Let's click on decimals. Okay, part 1. This, she must have changed her where her, we don't want to show all that. All right, where are her videos? Oh, here we go. Math videos. Okay, so let's do squares and square roots. All right. Let's see, click on this. Okay, so you see how her videos look? Is her and her kids just doing the lessons. And so it's so helpful because you can see how she's teaching. You can hear how she's talking. You can hear the questions that she's asking and how she's waiting, giving her child a chance to think and reply. So it's also a lesson in teaching, the art of teaching. She's very passionate about teaching math, especially. So actually, that would probably be my number one source, even though she uses Cuisinart rods. It's just, you start to hear how she talks math to her child, okay, in a way that they're not afraid of it. All right, so those are that. And then let me pull up the video for the routine. Was it the routine, the block schedule? Let's pull that up, and then we'll get out of here. Okay, let's see why. Does anybody have any questions? Now, remember, I'm going to make a whole bunch of like smaller videos where I cover this 2-hour video. Okay, what am I looking for? A block schedule. Okay, here we go. I have 2 of them. So this is the first one. I think I have, yep, I have the link here for that block schedule. So can y'all see it? So on my website, on my YouTube channel, if you go to, can I enlarge that for you? Yeah. If you go to, what is it called? Block schedules. Okay. And that's just, you see the back end side. So it's just block schedules. I do have 2. This is the latest one. Okay. And this one has the link to the free block schedule. Okay. So you can get that. All right. Any other questions before we get out of here? I know this was so long. What was that? That sounded like a gunshot. All right, let me wrap it up. Okay, when I clicked on the link in the video, it didn't come up. I'll check again. All right, so let me make a note to check the block schedule video link. Block schedule. My dogs are barking, so I got to go see what's going on. Link. Okay. All right. So any other questions? We'll get out of here. I have I'll put the descriptions of everything in the video late tonight or tomorrow, although I have to drive out to Irvine for an event for my son, my middle son. And it's from 6:45 until 2. And then I have to go to UCLA on Sunday, 4 o'clock in the morning. So maybe it might be Monday if it's not tonight. But I will put that up. Love for all. I will check the block schedule link because I made a note for it. And I will be putting out shorter recorded videos of this whole live because I know no one's going to watch an hour and 34-minute live. Okay. And I'll break it up into, I don't know, it'll be smaller. Okay. And I think I covered everything. Oh, shoot. I left this out. Oh, well, I'll put it in the recorded videos. All right, guys. I love you guys. It was so good to be back. I will probably be doing this on Fridays. Some of you guys had entered the poll with your times. I had to change the time down. My son's on a rugby team, so he's playing rugby. I have no idea what their schedule is going to be. So usually, like varsity plays on Friday, so I have no idea. I don't know, but I love you guys. Mwah. I'll see you on the next. Hey, don't forget to like and share this video. If anything, just like it so I know that you guys liked what you saw. And I'll see you guys next week. Okay. I love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.